In 1932, a hobo riding an open freight car through Montana survived 3 days at minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit with nothing but a wool coat and yesterday's newspaper. No sleeping bag, no tent, no high-tech gear, just knowledge passed between railroad tramps in hobo jungles across America. Meanwhile, modern campers with $2,000 worth of equipment panic when temperatures drop to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. What did Depression-era hobos know that we've completely forgotten? They survived the coldest winters in American history using tricks that cost absolutely nothing. Today, we're revealing 10 hobo survival methods from the Great Depression that still work when everything else fails. Trick number 1. Newspaper insulation. A hobo in 1932 stuffs newspapers inside his jacket before a 15 degrees Fahrenheit night. He's not desperate. He's using physics better than your $200 synthetic jacket. Insulation doesn't create heat, it traps air. Each newspaper sheet creates a separate dead airspace. Stack 10 sheets between your shirt and jacket, and you create 10 insulating layers. In 1933, University of Minnesota researchers found men using newspaper. Insulation stayed minus 6 degrees Fahrenheit, warmer during 8-hour exposure to 20 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures. Best part, newspaper is everywhere and free. Trick number 2. Grease waterproofing walk through a 1935 hobo camp, and you'd smell bacon grease and axle grease. Men rubbing it into their clothes and boots weren't desperate. They understood moisture management better than Gore-Tex. Animal fat rubbed into canvas creates a waterproof barrier and blocks wind completely. British Navy sailors used this technique for 400 years before the petrochemical industry sold 400 United States dollars. Synthetic jackets? Get cheap canvas pants from a thrift store for $5. Rub in bacon grease. Let it cure 24 hours. You now have windproof, water-resistant pants better than $200 technical gear. Trick number 3. The Bindle Roll Sleep System. A hobo wraps one wool blanket around his clothes into a tight roll and climbs inside. This beats your $400 sleeping bag because it doesn't compress under your body weight. Your mummy bag's insulation underneath you provides almost zero protection. Cold ground pulls heat 50 times faster than air. The Bindle roll wraps you completely with no compression points. During World War II, the U.S. Army found wool blanket users had better sleep and fewer hypothermia cases than synthetic bag users at 10 degrees Fahrenheit. A surplus wool blanket costs $30. Add a $5 tarp, that's $35 total, versus $400. Trick number 4. Layered sock system. Your feet go numb in $200 boots after 3 hours? A 1934 hobo in shoes with holes stayed functional for 12 hours. The difference layering. Modern advice says wear one merino wool sock. Wrong. Your feet produce half a pint of moisture daily. That saturates your sock, which compresses and loses insulation. Hobos wore 3 to 4 pairs. Thin cotton next to skin. Thick wool for insulation. Another thin sock as vapor break. Oversized outer sock. When the inner sock gets soaked, remove it, wring it out, swap the order. You're actively managing moisture. In 1936, Montana railroad workers at minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit kept functional feet using this method, while supervisors in expensive boots got frostbite. Trick number 5. Cardboard ground insulation. A hobo layers 6 flattened cardboard boxes on the ground. He'll stay warmer than you on your $180 inflatable pad. The Earth is an infinite heat sink. Your half-inch pad can't stop ground conduction. 6 layers of corrugated cardboard gives you 3 inches of trapped air, with an R value around 7 to 8, better than most camping pads. Depression-era social workers found men on cardboard in unheated warehouses stayed minus 7 degrees Fahrenheit, warmer than men on thin blankets. During the 2021 Texas freeze, people survived on stacked cardboard when power failed. Trick number 6. Hot rocks for heat. A hobo buries fist-sized rocks in white-hot coals for 30 minutes, wraps them in cloth, and places them in his bedroll. Those rocks stay warm for 8 hours. Your electric hand warmers die after 90 minutes. A 5-pound granite rock heated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit contains enough energy to raise your sleeping system temperature by P-minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit for hours. Multiple cloth layers slow the heat release. Korean war Marines at minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit used this when diesel heaters froze, preventing fatal hypothermia. Heat smooth river rocks in a campfire for 20 to 30 minutes. wrap in cloth, place near your feet. 8 hours of free warmth. Trick number 7. The tin can heater. A hobo punches holes in a tin can, fills it with cardboard strips soaked in melted wax, and lights it. Wax has extremely high energy density. The cardboard acts as a wick controlling burn rate. Railroad workers used this exact design in the 1930s to heat switching stations all night. You can make 3 heaters from dumpster materials. Only use in ventilated areas due to carbon monoxide. Trick number 8. Breathing through wool. Your lungs produce 400 BTUs of warmth daily. Most people waste this breathing, normally exhaling warm, humid air into the atmosphere. The Hobo method: breathe through a wool scarf over your nose and mouth. Cold air gets pre-warmed, passing through wool that retains heat from previous breaths. Your exhale saturates the wool with warm moisture. Your next inhale passes through warm, humid wool instead of freezing air. Arctic explorers in the 1920s reported 30 to 40% reduction in caloric needs using this technique. Your body burns fewer calories because you're not losing heat with every breath. Trick number 9. The buddy system. 2 hobos sleeping back to back survive temperatures that would kill each person alone. This is thermal physics, not just companionship. Each person generates 100 watts continuously. Sleeping separately, that heat radiates away. Sleeping back to back, your combined 200 watts heats one shared space instead of 2. Surface area determines heat loss. 2 people separately have 4 square meters losing heat. Back to back reduces this to 3 square meters, a 25% reduction in heat loss. Antarctic researchers in PA found paired sleepers maintained core temperatures -4 degrees Fahrenheit higher than solo sleepers. During the 1996 Everest disaster, survivors attributed success to huddling together when tents were destroyed. Trick number 10. Alcohol rub. Not what you think. Hobos rubbed alcohol on feet and hands before sleeping to prevent frostbite. Not to drink, to trigger vasoconstriction. Alcohol evaporates rapidly, pulling heat from skin. Blood vessels constrict reflexively, pulling blood toward your core. This prevents frostbite because peripheral circulation slows before actual cold damage occurs. Russian military doctors in the 1940s found soldiers using pre-sleep alcohol rubs had 40% fewer frostbite cases. The key was small amounts, just enough to cause vasoconstriction. We abandon survival skills because they don't make money. Cardboard and newspaper are free $500. Gear isn't cheap. Fuel made us lazy, and dependence on the grid made us helpless. But these old methods still work. Newspaper socks, cardboard, simple things that kept people alive in brutal cold. Survival was never luck, it was skill. We traded those skills for comfort that fails when it matters most. This isn't history, it's knowledge that can save your life.